Here it is, Constitution.
Okay, welcome everybody. Today is going to be our first program, Hablemos de Migración in English. Today on Mondays we have the table that we talk about the different issues about immigration. We are trying to reach young people in the United States. There's Mexicans of second and third generation that pretty much they speak English. Most of the people that support this channel is that they speak Spanish, but today we're going to be doing the English version. So as always, I'm going to start with a small some of the news that there on the media in the United States. The first one is this one from Latino News. Dice, denuncian al gobierno de Trump por vigilancia ideológica de redes sociales. Donald Trump, people they are saying that he's watching the ideological ideas of the media about the immigrants, and he's spying the unions and organizations. They are supporting the immigrants, or that they are against whatever he's doing, and this is one of the things that is going to affect a lot, not just the immigrant, but the Mexican community with papers in the United States. De laopinion.com is Cristina afirma que ICE ha detenido 480,000 inmigrantes, 70% son criminales. He say, they would say that Cristina is saying that the 70% of the people that have been arrested by ICE from the total of 180,000 immigrants, they have criminal records. We've been talking in Hablemos de Migración that's false. The 70% of the people that have been arrested by ICE, they have no criminal records. So they are lying again. But this is the way that they are justifying the action that they are doing. Another news that is not directly going to the immigration, but there's is about the kind of government that Donald Trump is trying to do. Is this one from Los Angeles Times? George Santos is calling the second there. I don't know what is the term, alarmista. The people there are just saying that I don't know how do you say this term around alarmistas to the people that they are
amnesty.
No, but this word, the alarmista, they are over talking about this situation, that they are putting more attention to the thing that Donald Trump pardoned, gave the amnesty to George Santos. For the people that they don't know what is going on with George Santos, he make a fraud, stealing money from people that vote for him.
Yeah.
He was supposed to spend 7 years in prison, and after a few months, just Donald Trump just say, he's Republican, so he's okay if we pardon him and he just be free. He's trying to collect people that they're going to be able to help him to perpetuate in power. We saw it with the pardon of the 1,600 people that they went into in 2021 doing this rebellion in the Capitol in the United States. And the first thing that Donald Trump made as president was to say, that's okay. You are not criminal. You can just go out and start doing whatever you are doing, trying to get more support from him. This is another case. People that they have a lot of money, they've been robbing at the American people. Now he's pardoned him because he wants him in his team. The other one is in the San Diego Union Tribune. After the deaths of 2 men in the San Diego prison, people they are asking for stop this isolation, incarceration. This is not go straight with the immigration, but this way we can see what is the kind of treatment that the immigrants that they are giving captured by ICE they're going to be facing when they are in the detention center, because the condition of the jail is very bad, and we know that in the detention center they is pretty much the same. They are going in the same way that don't respect the human rights of the people that they've been detained. In La Conexión USA, they say the labor, Latino labor, has been growing 59%. Very good information on this one. They are talking about North Carolina, and they say the importance that they have the Latinos in the workforce and the economics of the country. I think this is against what Donald Trump is saying, that the Latinos, they are bad. The numbers is 36.9 thousand millions Latinos workers in 2022, and $12.9 million they generate only in Charlotte. This is very important to know, let the people know that what is the importance, economically importance of the Latino community in the United States. En El Economista del Comercio de Colorado, ICE agents in Chicago, they now need to pour body cams, and this is after all the complaints and the people that have been dying in Chicago because the excessive force of the ICE. On this one, they are. Well, the judges say, okay, we know that what the ICE is doing is wrong, but in one way to protect the citizens is now they're supposed to be forced to bring body cams. This is going to help a lot. We remember in Chicago the Mexican that got killed by an ICE agent saying that his life was in danger. That was the first statement from the police. After a few days, a body cam video showed that this police that killed the immigrant, they didn't have the injuries that he was claiming that happened. So that's going to be helping a lot to the people that now the ICE agent, they should bring the body cams. We don't know. I don't think they're going to enforce that order, but they should, at least in Chicago. We need to talk, I think this is the main thing for today, talking about what happened this week in the United States, the No Kings March. We already said that a long time ago that this mass of the people in the United States, they are protesting. And here say there's 1,000 of people in all the USA's protest against Trump. That's false. It was millions of people that protest against Donald Trump. So we need to say there's no thousands, it's millions of people there against what Donald Trump is doing. And one of that people is precisely immigrants. In all the speeches that they give around the United States, and they talk about immigrants. So everybody is aware now. The million of American citizens, they are aware about the situation of the immigrants, and most of them, they are supporting the immigrants. I think this is a very good time to start talking about immigration reform. Because now I think they're going to have that in mind. And the other one, the last one, is La Tribuna Hispana, and I think I have two articles on this one. It is the Espejo de la Brutalidad y la Barbarie de un Imperio. They say the brutality and barbar of the ICE. They are talking about this, how ICE is doing something that is very wrong. And another one is the government is creating this situation in Los Angeles, in Portland, in Chicago, just to justify the action that they are doing. So I think these two news, they are very good to tell us what is the situation about immigrants over there. But I think with the main thing that we can talk today is precisely the No Kings March. I don't know if any of you want to talk about any of these topics or about what you see, what you think about the No Kings March, that even in Hawaii there was, I think, the march as well. It's not just a few states, like say the Democrat states. I showed a few days ago the map where 2,600 different points that people were against Donald Trump. And the best thing is that was peacefully, was nothing bad happened. Everything was clear. I pretty much remind me what happened in Mexico when López Obrador going to the streets and say, yes, we are doing the march, rallies, and etc., but everything is in place peacefully, because we want to change peacefully this bad system. I don't know if you want to give us a talk, Mesa.
Sure. Yes, No Kings was really fun, which is funny to say about a protest. But I live in Hawaii, and I live on an island where the population is not that big, but in one city we had 2,700 people, and there were 4 different marches. So it was really exciting, and we asked people to honk their horns. And in June, there was a No Kings rally. Well, this time it was bigger and there was more honking. So we know that the people are starting to understand what's going on, and that's really wonderful. And just the mood was mostly joyful. It was not. It was not even angry. It was just like disgusted, and people were just making fun of Donald Trump. So I think that this showing of people power is going to make a difference because he can say, "Oh, it was small. It's just crazy people. It's terrorists. It's people who love Hamas." But if you see a white lady, a grandma, you can't say that she's any of those things, and it's obvious from the pictures, so people can all see that in their local news. I'm wondering too, I feel right now, I feel more hope than before. And not just because of the march, but because now you're seeing some cracks in the ruling class even. So we just found out that some of the universities, they were told, you have to sign this thing, your loyalty to Trump, otherwise we're not going to give you any money for your research and so on. Well, most of them now have refused that. So they're starting to get a little bit of courage and to say that their principles are more important than the money. So that's good. And also at the Department of Defense, the crazy head of that department, the Department of War, he said that in order to get a press pass, you had to sign a statement that you were going to only say nice things about Donald Trump and him. And people refused, even our conservative Fox News. They said, no, we're not going to do that. You can't take away the freedom of speech of the press because what's the point? What's the point of us going to a news conference or something that's going on within the Department of Defense if we can't tell anybody what it is? That's not journalism. So I think we're seeing a few cracks, and that is a good thing. So I don't know if other people I don't know, Aaron, if you had any experience in Atlanta, but I have talked to people from different parts of the country, and everybody is kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah, it's tough to talk about this march the last Saturday because we Latinos, uh, when I talk with the people about this, some of them they don't identify about this process because there is no the main focus on immigration reform or to try to find some immigration relief. It's more like a political. So in here in Atlanta, I don't know why if the rest of the country has the same situation, but I don't see too much excitement through the Latino community. They are more focused right now to prevent deportation, to try to get another way to legalize the status, and they or we, let's say, we don't identify 100% with this movement. We respect, but probably we identify more with the Black Lives Matter than this one. I don't know why. And I would love to share my things. And I don't know what do you think about that. Thank you. But by
Thank
the
you.
way, it will be very, very, very too much people march. Uh, but the other thing is that they try to put the extreme left wing and they start to talk about the extreme liberals, extreme, extreme, extreme. This is the speech all the time. Thank you.
Well, I think, like I said, I think people can see that it isn't the extreme unless you consider white ladies that are grandmas to be extremists and terrorists, which so I really feel like this march really was the time for white people to step up. It wasn't necessarily for Latinos to step up because it was more dangerous for them as well. So I think the thing about ICE and the deportations is that we need to get rid of Trump. He's the one who's doing it. And so we have to unite all of the people who are mad about different things. But I think most of the people are mad about ICE, but they're also mad about taking away free speech, taking away money for science, taking away money for research on medicines, making people more poor. The farmers are going under. So people have a lot of grievances. So if we unite, we can also stop the ICE deportations, I think. And because if anything, the thing that the brutality, the craziness of the ICE raids has made more people support immigrants. It's had the opposite effect, I think, than what he was hoping.
Yes, and if you remember, Mesa, when in the first march in June, as you say, was 11 million people as well, and I bring this point to the table that saying, okay, this is the opportunity for immigrants to start talking with American people, because as soon as the American people resolve this problem with Trump, they're going to go back against to whatever they are doing, and they're going to forget about immigrants. So I think this is a very important moment that the immigrants go out and start talking with this, all the people, all the U.S. citizens, to let them know what's going on, the importance of the immigrants, and especially with the Hispanic immigrants in the United States, because as Aaron says, maybe they are more identified to Black Matter's life, Black Matter, that with this movement. But it's very important, this one, because it's a huge one. There are millions of people, and we need to use that. I was following the website, the nokings.org, that they make a cover up for like 10 hours, I think so. They was just I was seeing who was talking on each one of the states, and the only state that I have like a Mexican South American people talking, I think it was Chicago. In Chicago, two Mexicans girls, they show up and talk about this problem, this situation in the United States, which I think is very important. But talking about immigration, that's what we are trying to do here, is we need the Mexicans, Salvadorian, Honduras, Guatemalan, they start talking, they start trying to get involved in the political life of the United States, because if no, that's going to happen, that this is going to be passed, another president is going to show up, and then the immigrants going to stay, nobody going to be talking about that. I don't know, how do you see that? In Hawaii, I know how many Mexicans there are. It's the only state that when I made my research, I never checked how many Mexicans there are in Hawaii. I know in every single one of the states inside the United States, there are Mexicans living there, immigrants. But I don't know Hawaii, what's going on. But what is your point of view as a journalist talking about this, all this situation today? I will have the meeting with the people from MSP, and they were talking about how it's possible that we don't know exactly what's going on in Mexico, and we know what's going on in Venezuela, in Cuba. But Mexicans, we are really important to the immigrants for the life in the United States as in Mexico, but it looks like nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, just quickly, they're picking up all kinds of immigrants, not just from Mexico, from Korea, from Haiti, from Turkey. So it isn't only about Latinos, and it's an opportunity to bring all of those people together. In San Diego, there is a new City Heights Defense Committee, and it has Vietnamese, it has Korean, it has Egyptian, it has everybody. So again, it's important for people to band together. In Hawaii, there has been ICE as well. 100 people have been arrested already in our state, and we were kind of shocked. We thought maybe we were so far away they wouldn't pay too much attention, but they have so much money they can fly people here and do their thing. And because we do have Mexican farm workers here in Hawaii too, we have coffee farms, we have sweet potato farms, and they are here. But people were very outraged too, and I think that is part of these demonstrations that we saw yesterday. There were also demonstrations at the ICE offices across the country, and a lot of people are supporting the immigrants and have stood up for them. I mean, I think as Rogelio knows, in Chicago, that has been really strong. In California, it's been very strong. I think all over, people do see that if he first is successful in getting the immigrants and migrants and arresting them, he's going to come for the rest of us too. He's already said, if you are a socialist or if you are pro-Palestine, we're going to come after you too. So we have to stop it at where it begins. And that is, the beginning was targeting the migrants.
Yes. I think Roselia was in Canada this weekend. The same, we have two more people joining us. Lo estamos haciendo en inglés, la mayoría de nosotros lo habla, pero si hablan español pueden participar en cualquier momento. Tenemos la aplicación AI Companion, pueden poner ahí, tradúceme lo que está diciendo tal persona y lo va a hacer para que no se pierdan en la práctica. Entonces, bueno, ahí está, y cualquier duda igual podemos hacer la traducción. Para los que nos estén viendo en YouTube, pues ahorita como está en vivo, no va a salir la traducción, pero una vez que esté repetido, pueden poner en subtítulos y aparecerá la traducción a español. Yes, okay, going back to with you, Mesa, what you were saying, that it's very important to know that this is Donald Trump is going after all the immigrants. I can assure that the Mexicans immigrants that they are not in the same dangers that the other from other countries. We are very important. We are the biggest number, I think, the immigrants that are Mexicans. But Donald Trump, so far, they have been trying to catch immigrants from another nationalities. For the 386,000 immigrants that he detained last month, to this month is more, only 86,000 was Mexican. So 1/3 of the whole immigrants were Mexicans. So that means that Donald Trump is not targeting to Mexican immigrants right now, but that doesn't mean that they're going to change. I mean, it's more difficult to deal with a Mexican that has been living many years over there because they have to do the due process and all that stuff. They don't have places to put in there. But as soon as he starts having prisons or new detention center ready to get whole immigrants, he's going to start doing it. So that's what is the importance about this, the No Kings March, where all the organizations, they need to start going and ask for help to the other organizations. They are mad with Donald Trump because the importance of the immigrants in the United States is so big, but many people, they don't know. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of organizations, they know about what they are trying to do. They are organizing for some reason, but they don't know exactly what's going on with the importance of the Mexican or the immigrant community. I think that's the perfect moment to do it. We can see that the numbers of people against Donald Trump keep growing. The first manifestation 1 million. This one was way more. And the good thing about being a peaceful movement is that it's more easy this way to get organized. I think that's very important. As I say, I saw just a few immigrants, few Mexicans really in these rallies and all that stuff, and talking on the microphone. But every single one of the people that talk, they talk about immigration. So I think this is the perfect moment to start looking for immigrant reform. For that, we need the government to start doing their job as well. I don't know if anybody wants to talk about the knockings days or any another topic that do you want to bring to the table to this meeting. As I say, si puede ser en español, si alguien quiere participar en español, lo que está diciendo la importancia de estas marchas del día de No Race, no Kings, la marcha, es que hay un pueblo norteamericano cada vez más molesto con Donald Trump. Fueron millones de personas las que salieron a protestar y es un momento muy, muy importante para que la comunidad migrante, las organizaciones y clubes migrantes que hay en Estados Unidos empiecen a organizarse y a juntarse con otras organizaciones que a lo mejor no tienen aparentemente nada que ver con el asunto migratorio, pero que sí están en una lucha contra un enemigo común como lo es Donald Trump. En Chicago se vio muy buena participación. Angie, go ahead.
Sí, hola, buenas noches a todos. Well, let me speak in English. Let me see if I can do this like that. So, I live in New York and I have been in a lot of protests here since, from any reason like Palestinians protests and another struggles also. And unfortunately, what I haven't seen here, at least in New York City, is that our Mexican people, they don't show to the march. And that is really, really disappointing because, now with this persecution to migrants, we are the first one who are facing this problem with the president, right? So we are targeting the first ones. So I don't understand why our community they don't get into this kind of protest march. But I'm really disappointed with that, because when we said a Mexican community and you said a festival or a party, a reunion, whatever, that has to be with something fun, all of them are there. You saw in the parade, the last parade, the Independence Day. So you could see thousands of Mexican there. But when you see comes and fight for our rights, they don't show. I have been in several, since like 20 years ago, I'm participating in all this march, and you don't see them. So what is happening with our community? We are the target one, and they don't want to fight for their rights. They want that others fight for them. So I've seen a lot of Anglo-Saxon people doing this. I know almost all activists here for years, and they are the ones who try, to unify people and to go out and do what we have to do. So I don't know what we have to do in order, to get involved in politics and in all these actions. I was seeing, then the CNN, they reported that 7 million people worldwide were present in this march, the No Kings March, and here in New York, more than 100,000 people show on the streets, and it's really good. It was more than the past June. Was a lot of, and almost the 50 countries they participate in this march. So it's really amazing, and I think, like you said, Diego, that we can push now a reform for to legalize our people. Like it haven't been that opportunity since Ronald Reagan. Is more than 30 years ago. So I think if Donald Trump wants to take us out, we need to fight, and we need to do, that, how do you say, que le salga el tiro por la culata? So that we have to take advantage of what he's doing to us, so to try to push a reform and to legalize the people. Now that the people, that those 7 million people are on the streets, so I think we have to push that, Diego, from our reunions that we have. Tell our Mexican people, you have to go out and fight for your rights.
Yes, exactly as we need to do. We are trying to do it here in Hablemos de Migración and in the working group that we've been talking about all these things. The situation, I think, there are many factors why people, the Mexican people or immigrant people, they are not going to the streets. One is they are afraid. They've been in the shadows all the time. So one is the day before to the march on my program, I invited people to go outside, but be very careful. If they see something wrong, they used to go back to your house, hide yourself, because right now, even if you are a resident, you are not free of that, and you be detained. We know Donald Trump is detaining every single one. So the second one is, as I say, a lot of immigrants communities, they are not feeling that they've been persecuted for this government, because all what they've been doing is being in the shadows. What they did, when Donald Trump needs to be mediatic, he's doing it, as the case in Los Angeles, Chicago, Portland. But besides that, everybody thinks they are secure, because they don't know, they don't see that Donald Trump is getting ready to start doing the mass deportation that he promised. He's going to do it. So we need to talk to the people and say, right now it's bad, but it's going to get worse, because he is getting ready. They have the Alcatraz de los Caimanes. He has the prison that they are transforming the detention centers. He is fighting with the Jews to make sure he is able to don't respect any of the rights of the people. So that's one of the situations that people, they need to know, and we are trying to do it. Tomorrow we're going to start with a series of presentation in this channel about the hate that is going in the United States. the people, the massacres in the school, the school shootings that they've been there, the people, how many people died for violence, gun violence in the United States, the hate speech that he is promoting, Donald Trump, people like Charlie Kirk, and to give the idea to the immigrant community that we are facing a very reasonable threat. We are under attack. In Donald Trump's mind, we are in war. So if somebody said otherwise, he is not seeing what Donald Trump is trying to do. I think it is kind of the matters why people, they are not going out, because even American citizens, they are afraid to do stuff. I've been trying to hold meetings with a U.S. citizen, and they are afraid to all the things that we are talking at the beginning of the program. I was saying, look, Donald Trump is spying to everybody. Wherever you think that you are getting into the United States, he's going to check your social media. If you are against him, you are in trouble. So that's a big problem, but we need to fight now what we know, that we are millions of people inside the United States and outside the United States, that we are against this. Okay, Beatriz, and then Aaron.
Well, good afternoon. I hope everyone is doing okay. We have to remember why people came out to begin with, because our democracy is in danger, and we have to defend it no matter what. And we have to also remember that Trump promised things that he has not been able to do. I don't know why, because he could do it. And those are the things that convinced many people to vote for him, because he promised that he was going to bring prices down, that all of us were going to have health and education, and all of that is not true. It's being taken away from us. So that is why we definitely need to keep going, and we need an immigration reform. There's no doubt about that. But that is why we have to understand why our Mexican people, and not only Mexican, but anyone who is undocumented, is afraid of participating in these parades, marches, because they're afraid. They're afraid that they're going to be next. But we have to always remember the ones that can march, go right ahead and do it, and keep organizing people. And people right here in California, in LA especially, we have had weeks-long series of protests. And the Californians don't believe that President Trump has a right to deploy the National Guard and the U.S. Marine Corps. And that is one thing that we are fighting against. So that's all I wanted to let you know. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Aaron.
Thank you very much. I have I don't know how to explain, but I feel guilty because we need immigration reform. We need to fix our immigration broken system. However, we need to be aware that if Mr. Trump granted immigration reform or any kind of legalization, that means that the Latino community will be Trumpista the next 25 years. And we're going to pave the way for election. This is in my opinion, probably I'm wrong, and as usual, I'm wrong, but it's going to be so. I remember when the amnesty with Ronald Reagan, the Latino community became Republican almost 20 years until they became crazy against minorities, blah, blah, blah. But that may happen again, that phenomena. Probably I'm wrong, but we need to be aware of that. And the other issue is that we need to, this is why I'm very committed with Diego and the work that he's doing, because we need to engage the youth community, not just to participate in Mexican politics. Here, and we talked about this before, it's a shame that we don't have the same level of representation in the US Congress like the Cuban people, and we are more. So it's a shame. Thank you.
Yes, and as you say, maybe if Donald Trump is, as you say, doing the immigration reform, a lot of people is going to be Republican, and I think the ideology of Republicans, they are in paper, they are more close to the working class immigrants. But I've been talking in this program that no matter if it's Republicans or Democrats, they are doing the same. They are abuse of the immigrants. They're going to keep doing it forever. So, and I think that's how we can open the debate in the working groups that we've been doing. We've been talking about electoral immigration reform in Mexico, pretty much to start and seeing how we are going to make sure that the most of our community that are living abroad, they are willing to go back to Mexico, not as a regular people, that workers we are trying to do start investing in Mexico, so this way they're going to come back as a entrepreneur. So but in the thing that we need to start talking to in the United States is immigration reform. And as you say, the biggest problem is that a lot of people, when they talk about immigration reform, the immigrants side, they want amnesty, they want pardon for everyone, from me to before, but no after. So the people that just get into the state, oh no, they know because they came here after me. But me, yes, that's the day we're going to start the amnesty. And we want everything. And in the U.S. citizen, they don't want the amnesty because they don't know exactly what that means, and the words say no. So we need to start to the common ground and say, okay, we need to do something. And the other thing is, it's no business to do immigration reform. We need to part that. If they do immigration reform and they give papers to millions of people and they fix this broken system, the big business that the immigration is going to fall apart. Because the immigration is a big business that starts in the small, poor communities in the countries, when somebody is making money to make sure they are still poor. So this way they're going to keep going to the United States and work for pretty much nothing. The people, the coyotes, that they are making money to pass people from to the other side, they're going to lose money as well. The ICE agents, the border patrol agents, that they are corrupt and they are making money to let drugs and immigrants pass to the United States. They're going to lose money. So it's a big issue. So I think it is not like you say, let's fix papers. It's no way it's going to be a full immigration reform. I think it is even be able to do it. But when we start to we need to start with something to give the certainty to the dreamers and DACA to the path to the citizenship, because they've been living the whole life in the United States, and they should have the citizenship right away because they've been living the whole life and they are producing to the United States. And then start seeing which of the immigrants they want papers, being a resident, or they want to be U.S. citizens. But many of them, they just want a work permit to start, just be a few months over there and come back to Mexico and be living like in the 60s, 70s, maybe 80s, where the immigrants, that was what they were doing. They worked over there, worked for a little bit of a while, and they would go back to their communities, and everything was okay. So this debate about immigration, I think it is so big, and we need to start talking about that. I don't know, you want to talk about this? I want to talk a little bit about Mamdani in New York, but I don't know if somebody wants to talk about immigration reform. If not, let's go to yes, Aaron.
Just a quick clarification. Since 2006, when we start, in my case, when I start to work with this immigration reform and the rest of the situation here in Georgia, we were talking about not to say amnesty, because amnesty, the concept is like you're going to forgive everything. And even if you're a criminal, you can get your papers. This is the misconception that the white people have when we talk about amnesty. This is why I suggest, and we suggest since then, to talk just for comprehensive immigration reform. This is my humble opinion. Thank you.
Yes, but we need to start doing that, but at the same time, the one that they're putting the words on that the media, and when they talk about comprehensive immigration reform, they automatically say amnesty, no amnesty, blah, blah, blah. And so we need to start doing the clarification, the amnesty for what? For an administrative process that the immigrant, they didn't fill out the paper. But if somebody commit a crime, they should go to jail and they should be revoke any privilege. I think we need to start doing that, and we need to recognize that a few immigrants, they are bad and they go and do bad over there, and they should be persecuted, put in jail, and then send it back to their country. But the majority of the immigrants, they are good people and they've been working so hard, and the only problem with them, they were so poor and they have to move from one way to another. So I don't know if you have another topic, but I want to talk about this is I think one of the situations where we are facing off about Republicans and Democrats, and the things of the Mamdani, who is in the polls there. He is the most important guy in New York, but he's facing some kind of fight inside of the Democrat Party, that they don't endorse everybody to this. Mamdani, he is an immigrant. He is maybe going to be the next this mayor of New York, but still fighting inside of the own Democratic Party. And I think that show us how difficult it is, no matter if you are Republican or Democrat. When you are trying to do a change, you're gonna fight against the big economic interest that is behind the politics. I don't know if somebody wants to talk about Mamdani in New York. That, by the way, I need to say it, on the rally in New York, the knocking day, he was in there. I don't know if I missed that, but I didn't see him talking about this issue. I don't know you want to say something, Mesa, about Mamdani.
Well, I'm just thinking, it's like the ruling class still has so much power. It's like when AMLO first became elected, he still had the Televisa, he had the media against him, he had all the wealthy people against him. It really takes a huge victory, and I think Mamdani has that in New York, but he's not the president. He's part of a larger country, and it depends too on help that he can get from the state and from the federal government. So I think that all of us, we need to run more people, as you said. It's wonderful that I think Roselia should run for office in the United States too.
Yeah,
but,
now we have. Yeah, go.
I was just going to say too, in terms of what you're saying, we need to stop ICE, but we do need to talk about what's the positive. Once you stop them, what do you want? And I think, Diego, maybe you need to organize some tables to start about what are the recommendations for immigration reform. There are some changes that are being recommended in the USMCA discussion, but there needs to be discussion beyond the USMCA. I think all the emphasis is there right now, which may be reasonably so, but I think we need to have another conversation that is about immigration reform in general. Yeah. So I'm looking to you, Diego.
Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna put it on the table. Actually, on the working groups, the immigration reform in Mexico, the whole point of view of myself putting this table is we need to fix the causes, what is causing the immigration. We need to fix Mexico. We need to stop exporting workers to the United States. That needs to be changed in Mexico. As soon as the Mexicans stop going in the big numbers that they are doing even today, that's how we're gonna set up the table to start talking about protect the rights of the immigrants over there. As I say, on the 20 years that I live in the United States, all the times I was fighting for immigration reform, but I knew if I'm U.S. citizens, I'm gonna say no. Why? Because I fixed your papers, perfect. You are a resident. But what's going to happen, because your country is still sending people here because the situation is not changing over there. I think that's changing right now in Mexico. Since López Obrador, things are changing, and it's going to take a while to do everything. So that's why we start in Mexico doing this. We need to change. We need to start making people that over there, they don't want to be in the United States. open the door so this way they can come back to our country. This way, there's going to be less workforce in the United States, and the United States is going to have to start doing something in order to prevent that Mexicans go back to Mexico. Pretty much on the sector like in the farmers. They don't want to lose this workforce, but for that, we need to fix the temporary workers that they are going to the United States and Canada, and they are being abused. So as soon as we fix that, we're going to make sure that all documented people that they are working on the fields in the United States and Canada, they're going to have the path to get a residency or the work permit as well. But I think seeing the importance that the U.S. citizens they are giving to these protests against Trump, I think that is a perfect moment to start talking about what we can achieve trying to reach immigration reform. I think this is the perfect time right now, and we're going to start doing it. I think Aaron has many good ideas about what we can be done about this. So that's the purpose of this meeting. If I ask to the regular immigrants, they're going to say, I want everything. But we know that everything is not possible. So we need to start, but we need to pay attention to what they are asking for. Go ahead, Beatriz.
There's no reason why we have the kind of immigration we have from Mexico. Mexico has everything. We don't have to be here. But the thing is that we don't have no other choice because there's so much corruption in Mexico. Now, as far as I know, is that maybe we started in the wrong foot. We've always been involved in politics, all 25, 30 years that I've been doing this. And we are at the same spot. Nothing has changed. To me, nothing has changed. Maybe we should have focused in teaching our people how to have money in their pockets and have a good quality of life for their family. And maybe that would have changed. They would have stayed to maybe have their lands being harvested, and now they're empty. Zacatecas has so many people in the United States. I just think that we should not be in the United States. Now Mexico is becoming a big power, and Mexico needs to understand that that is what we're becoming. We're becoming a big power globally, and we need to change. Thank you.
Yes, and we are on that in that way. Go ahead, Rosalia.
Yes, I definitely agree with Beatriz say. I know that it's a lot of corruption, not just in Mexico. Actually, United States is legally corruption here. So
Yeah.
and we're still living here and working here. So the only thing that I would like to add regarding to Beatriz say, it is like at least we are doing a change. We're trying to transform it. So when we say the 40s, it's not just for say it. We really are working on that, and it's very important. Like we try to do many change in the law, like we are doing right now. For example, we already approved the extortion in the Constitution of Mexico, so we already changed it. So now we're just waiting for the law that our president Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo is going to send it right now for the extortion in Mexico. So we are working on, and that's the most important. So we're looking for develop our country, and I hope so. Yeah, the Mexican back to work our own land, because as I say it in the last meeting that we have today at 3 p.m., I just back to Canada today. I went to Leamington, and I saw a lot of Mexican people for different states, and everyone was talking about how worse it is, the violation and the worker rights. So it is very important that we continue to fighting. I know that we probably are not agree with all our president Claudia Sheinbaum is doing, but she's fighting for us. Definitely she's fighting, and it's very important that we continue to support her. That's the only thing that I would like to add. And thank you for, it's 11 people here, and it's very important that we share this on the media. So thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Deputy. Mesa.
Yeah, just quickly, I just interviewed somebody who is a Morena activist. He has criticisms, and we did talk about corruption. And it's difficult to root out corruption quickly. But he said the difference between now and Mexico before and with the United States is that they're talking about it publicly. They're naming it. They're naming names of people who are corrupt. They're going after them, whether they're Morena politicians or not. So that kind of honesty in admitting the mistake and trying to do something about it is different than in most countries or in Mexico before, who just tried to push it underneath the rug so that nobody could even talk about it. So once you make something public, once you have the public eyes on it, that's when you can make some changes.
Exactly. And if the corruption was the problem to the progress of the country, there is no way we can explain the progress of the United States. We have with Donald Trump, one of the most corrupted person in the world. He's making a lot of money for being president. So that doesn't mean that we need to fight against corruption. But I think that the main thing in Mexico, because the corruption, we are fighting against the corruption. But I think the big thing that we need to fight in Mexico is opportunities to people to start making money. The minimum wage is still too low. We need to raise the bar, because there is no way that people is going to be stop trying to run away when they don't have enough money to have a decent life. United States, and you can see the immigrant, when we go and work over there, we work very hard, 2-3 jobs, and we have a nice car, a nice apartment, a nice everything, but because we are working so hard for that. In Mexico, you work twice as hard and you have nothing. You don't have the same option. So we need to create the opportunities to people to start making money. This way they're going to live better. Again, we need to fight against the corruption, but in Mexico, that the main thing is that the Plan Mexico that the Claudia Sheinbaum is pushing, I see that it's missing this part. Let the people be enjoying that, because the immigrants that they send millions of dollars every year to Mexico, they should be part of that Plan Mexico. So they make this start doing investment. They let them start making some money. So this way things gonna change. Go ahead, Mesa.
Well, just in terms of the Plan Mexico, again, I would talk with Rocio Mejia, thanks to Roselia. But the Plan Mexico is about investing in the kinds of jobs that will give people Social Security, that will take them out of the informal sector so they don't have to sell stuff on the street. And it's not even about raising the minimum wage, is really for the people that are in those jobs. So you have to create more of those jobs. So you need more investment to expand industry. And I think that is in Plan Mexico, although it will take a couple of years to get it going.
Yep. And I think that's one of the things that we are trying to push that on the working tables, at least here in my organization, Frente Amplio Mexicanos Inmigrantes, is let the immigrants start being part of the new business people in Mexico. If not, nothing's going to change. Minimal wage, they're going to say that crazy. Minimum wage in Mexico, they should be 20,000 pesos. Most of the people, they don't make that money. But the same thing, that's what I saw in the United States. I was trying to run my own business. I say, you don't have money to have a business, don't have a business. I was making more money working than having my own business. That's the difficult thing. In Mexico, there's no way you're going to have your own business, but they were saying, wait, there's no way you're going to have a good money, even if you work so hard. And the thing is used to bring the Plan Mexico say, we're going to bring the people that are there in the informal sector to the formal sector. It's not helping to the people, it's helping to the government, because all the taxes and all the taxation and stuff is going to help the government, which is good. But at the same, you are not solving the problem of the people that they don't have enough money to eat, to have good education, even for vacation. A lot of people in Mexico need to change that, because they don't have vacations anymore. They work, so they get their vacation pay because they need the money. They need a vacation, but they don't want to go anywhere because they don't have money to travel. So they're going to say, give me the money, at least for a week, I'm going to eat better. So we need to change that. Yes, go ahead, Beatriz.
In the past, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. In the past, I've talked to you about how many immigrants that are in United States, they want to make investments in Mexico. And I talked to you about how Mexico could take advantage of that. And not only that, by immigrants investing over there, they're going to be creating jobs. And they could be asking that the minimum wage has to be instituted. And not only that, but then we can have the state and the federal governments also somehow also work with the investment that the immigrant can be making, or the private industry could also do that. So all of a sudden we would be having something that we used to have long ago. Remember the 3x1?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be something like that because it's needed right now. And we Mexicans that living in the United States have to stop going to our places of origin and taking all our new trucks, our new clothes, and attract all Mexicans that live over there, that they think that just by coming to United States, they're going to have that. And it's not true. They come and they suffer. We Mexicans that live in United States that go to the places of origin need to stop doing that. Thank you.
Yes. For Mesa, you know what the program 3x1 was the immigrant. They used to send $1 to their communities to public things, and the federal, state, and municipal government, they put an extra dollar. So they make a lot of stuff to benefit to the communities, but the problem here was the corruption. So López Obrador saw that corruption and said, no more. So we need to bring that back, but in different ways, not to help the government to build a house or a hospital. We need to do what kind of that program to make sure that the communities start growing economically. So I think this the main thing. We need to focus on that. I don't know if anybody wants to talk about another topic. I think everything went well on English. It's more difficult for me, but I think it is good. We are trying to do this channel bilingual because we know we have a lot of people, they already speak English. We have a few that they don't speak English, they speak just Spanish. We need to keep talking about that, but we know that our second, third generation, these young people, that they are facing a very, fragile future. They need to be aware about what immigration is talking about, is about, because even when they are U.S. citizens, they are the sons, daughters of immigrants. So they are being affected by these politics in the United States. So they need to know that, because even if they don't think that they are immigrants because the United States is a country of immigrants. So we need to fight against the Donald Trump and all what he's bringing, his ideas. So I want to say thank you to everybody to join me. And this is when we are doing every single Monday at 6 p.m. Mexico City time. So I hope you can keep supporting this channel and all the working groups. And what you say, Mesa, that we need of representatives start to be representatives as well in the United States. I think this is a path we are trying to reach as well. We have, as you say, Senadora Karina Ruiz, which is, I think she's trying as well to doing that. Roselia, she's been visiting a lot of states in the United States, and we are trying to do that, to start building these networks to make sure the Mexicans are represented in Mexico and United States. Yes, Beatriz.
Can I ask you a big favor?
Yep.
You know how Roselia is there, and I thank her very much for participating and give us some hope. But we also need to hear from Cheto. We need to hear from Olga. We need to hear from all those diputados migrantes that say that they are there doing something for us. We need to have that dialogue. And it would be nice if they could be on these tables, because I know that they're from Morena, so hopefully they'll come and visit us.
Good point.
I'm gonna talk to them. I have the opportunity to go to the Chamber of Deputies very often, and they are invited. They are part of the working groups, but as you say, they are not being here. And this the diputado Cheto Polanco, the diputada Olga Leticia, la diputada Maribel Solache, and la diputada Nadia Sepúlveda. They've been invited to these working groups. Nadia sometimes sent as the assistants to know what's going on. Every single one of these deputies, they've been receiving all the reports of the working groups. They know what we are doing. So, but I'm gonna send you the emails address of they so you can as well invite them to join us on these working groups, because maybe the voice on one is not too much, not too much, but if everybody we start pushing them, maybe they're gonna start joining us. I think we are talking about very important things on the working groups. So hopefully I'm gonna talk to them to invite them to these tables, these working groups. Okay. Well, again, thank you everyone, and to the people that are seeing us online, pues join us on the channel, and if you have chance to get involved to this movement we are trying to push for the.
Sebastian wants to say something.
Yes, Sebastian.
Well, hello everyone.
It's good to see you. By the way,
great to see you.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I've been monitoring this country for a long time, USA, for a long time. I mean, I've been closely watching it, and I just want to say one little thing. I hope here in Mexico, we understand just a little bit how important was this Saturday's demonstrations, right? That's all. I don't think anybody knows, you know? I don't think they understand what a king is, or a dictator, or a tyrant, because it's been in the conversation a lot, and they don't really know what it is, right? So thank you, everyone. I gotta go now.
Perfect. Thank you, Sebastián. Good to see you. And say, muchas gracias a todos. Muy buenas noches y nos vemos en la próxima. Thank you so much, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you.